Hey,
Hello,
we're three
everyone.
guys chilling. I'm Robert.
Okay, I messed that up that time,
Hey,
sorry.
yes, that is your fault.
That was completely my fault. I take responsibility for that. Please go ahead, Robert. I apologize.
Hi, we're three guys chilling. I'm Robert.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Dominic. This is the podcast where we're three guys hanging out and having a good time. We talk about movies that we like or possibly don't like. The movie of the week, of the month actually, we should talk about, we're starting April as Superhero Month, where we only talk about superhero movies. And the first one was Watchmen, the film by Zack Snyder. So we're about to talk about that. So we start off with 5-second reviews. Let's waste no time. I will go first, as I'm pretty sure you guys already know that I very much enjoy this film. I really like it. I even got the super edition with like ultimate, got the ultimate box set, and I really liked it. So I guess Robert, what did you think of it?
Well, I don't know what I thought of it. I thought it was a very strange experience for me. That's all I can think of to say.
All right.
So me, is that it?
Yeah.
Because
Go
I don't
ahead.
think I can. I don't think I can express mine in words. I think that possibly a bit of
Interpretive dance.
might suffice. I quite liked Watchmen.
All right.
Quite liked it.
Wow. Unanimously positive feedback. So, as you guys know,
Not even
Zack
really.
Snyder. So well, we'll get into that then. So Zack Snyder, he was the director of Dawn of the Dead. You guys know how I feel about that. So, but this movie, I actually really loved it because it was based off a graphic novel by Alan Moore and some other guy, Dave Gibbons. Yeah, and
Same
great.
guy. Alan Moore also did V for Vendetta. So
that is true. That is correct.
See?
Very cool. Very cool graphic novelist. I don't know how to start. Let's start off with the plot, I guess.
I'm out.
So, yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
All right. Okay, I've
actually
watched this
pretty
movie like
much-
4 times, so I know what happens. I figured it out by the second time. I actually had to watch it twice. Okay, so I'm going to explain my experience when I saw this. So I saw this like years ago, and I was watching it, and I didn't really know what was going on, and I actually didn't like the movie because I didn't really get it, and I watched the 2.5-hour version, which was in my inferior. And then but I couldn't stop thinking about it. It was like I couldn't get it out of my head because it was such like a fascinating experience. So I eventually had to just cave in and watch it again, and I actually really loved it the second time because I watched like the director's cut, and that was great. So there's these superheroes, and they don't have superpowers necessarily, and one of them gets killed, and lots of stuff happens, and there's lots of characters. It's like a vague storyline, but with like lots of mini it's like a flashback bonanza. There's so many flashbacks, and they're all like to a different character, and there's like huge portions dedicated to one character's backstory. I don't even know how to describe it actually, but
I found it actually quite easy to get my head around all of that because I've watched so much anime, like 1,000 to 2,000 hours of anime or more, and it has very much a plot set out like an anime. Not the same sort of plot, but the same sort of set out with lots of flashbacks everywhere and stuff like that. So it wasn't that hard to follow with the flashbacks and all the characters, because in long-running anime, they have like a billion main characters that they always have sub-stories for. So, for me, I think I pretty much got it on the first watch. I was
okay.
gonna say playthrough, but I mean watch.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
I don't really know what was happening.
Understand what happened by the end, like with the explosions.
Like a sort of get it, but there's just a lot that I don't understand. What?
Okay,
Like,
right. So we should say spoiler territory.
Yeah.
Let's just launch straight into spoiler territory. There's better reviews that don't do spoilers than us, so go watch them if you don't know whether to watch the movie. So we're entering spoiler now. So at the end, did you get that he was like blowing up the cities so that the world would be united against Dr. Manhattan as like a common enemy instead of fighting each other?
I got that.
Because he used the reactors which were created with Dr. Manhattan's energy, so they traced Dr. Manhattan's energy signature.
Yes, I did get that. They did explain that. So
Okay, good.
that was good.
So that was the basics.
Yep.
So what part was confusing to you?
It's just I don't know if I narrow it down to one part.
It was a lot to take in.
It's a confusing film.
It was a lot to take in.
Not necessarily in a bad way, but it's just
Confusing.
Yeah.
You have to watch it again to actually find out if you like
I'm not going to watch that again. Stuff that.
I will, probably.
Yeah, I ended up watching it of them. I even watched like the
I've sort of jacked myself up on superhero movies as well. I've been watching a whole bunch of them lately.
Jack yourself off on superhero movies?
Anyway.
Okay.
With the I even watched like the motion comic because I don't have the actual book, so this is the closest thing I have to the book. So it's like the motion comic and like it's the comic in motion, like 5 hours long. So it was alright. It was good to compare. So I guess that's what we'll talk about next. Unfortunately, you guys haven't read the book or anything, so I don't know how you'll contribute to this conversation.
I went through the Wikipedia file of it after I watched it, so...
Okay, so do you know about the ending?
The ending?
In the book.
In the book? No, I don't.
Yeah. Okay, so in the book, Adrian Veidt creates this, instead of blowing up the city with the reactor, he creates a giant squid monster, launches it in New York, it explodes, and that's it. That's instead of the explosions, and everyone blames it on aliens. So, yeah.
Wow.
That's in the book.
The movie certainly took a better turn then, didn't it?
Hey, no, that's a cool ending. It works for the book, though, because...
I guess in context of the book it would work, though. Or something. I don't know.
Anyway. What was I saying? So it actually works in the context of the book, I think, because it's like this sprawling, epic book, and then it's like lots of stuff going on, and it's really out there. So I actually think in the context of the book, it did work, and they did play it off as effectively as they could. But I think in the movie, the better choice was the explosion bomb thing. Personally, in my opinion. Anyway.
Oh, I can't even remember what I was going to say now. Was there a particular subplot for that black kid with the comic book just to set him up so that he could die in the end? So that it felt something for that character when he died in the end with that comic book?
The thing with the
That's what it felt like.
The thing with the book, at least, is that they put a lot of things in there that don't matter. That's like microcosms, I think they're called. I don't know, English or whatever. But they're like things of just plain like human interaction. Like in the scene where the alien comes in and explodes. The alien. There's like heaps of stuff going on. There's more than what's going on in the movie because there's like a police officer that comes around and he's like looking at some guys brawling, and then there's some guys talking about their, I don't know, a couple talking about their relationship, and then there's another group of people coming in, and there's like they're all diverge in this one point. So, and it's of like just life, and then I think the idea was to get across.
End it. The
True,
ending of
and
life.
I think the idea was to get across, the Alan Moore at least, was to get across that that life was very small, because they were just like talking about stuff, and even though you knew that they were going to all die, when you looked at that like that, everything they were talking about seemed very unimportant. And I feel like that's the message he was trying to get across, is to like look at the big picture and understand. I don't know. That's at least the interpretation I got from it. What else do we want to talk about? Favorite characters? Anyone?
Rorschach.
Obviously.
Says
Just Rorschach. He's cool. But they killed him!
Yeah. Oh man. He was cool. I don't know why everyone says he was the best though, because I guess he's just the coolest. He's the most easily definable as cool, because
Yes.
I guess really when you think about it, Rorschach is sort of like he knows. He doesn't really deny anything. He sort of knows everything that's going on. He sort of accepts himself, and he never compromises, even in the face of Armageddon. That's a cool quote. So yeah.
Which ultimately
He was
leads to his death. But yeah. And then there was Dr. Manhattan penis flopping around everywhere.
That was great. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
It was a little. It was a little bit disconcerting for like 3.5 hours of just some blue humanoid with
Pants on in some of the scenes.
You say that, but it was only visible for like probably a minute in total in the film. It wasn't that much. It was like,
but a minute. But a minute is pretty long for one person's penis in one movie. Unless you're
I'm
watching a
talking
porno.
like in total, split up in total. If you put them all together, it'd probably be like a minute of that. It's not that big a deal.
It's
I
not,
didn't have a
but you
problem
know.
with it. So whatever. Did you think? Adrian
I understand why it is though, because he's not concerned with the trivialities of humanity, i.e., clothing.
I think Dr. Manhattan's a really interesting character because he's like, what would happen if someone became like a god? Like they wouldn't really help anyone get with like society because everything would seem unimportant. Again, drawing back to our previous conversation about life seeming awfully small in the face of death. Another theme in there. So, Dr. Manhattan was cool. Did you think Adrian Veidt was evil for what he did? Do you think he did the right thing?
No. I don't think it was evil, but he wasn't a good character. He was more like he wasn't a nice character. He was more like a character that was doing stuff for the greater good rather than the lives of some people. Because when, like what Dr. Manhattan says at the end, the lives of 15 million or a few million people is nothing compared to 7 billion. Well, yeah, 7 billion.
Yeah.
So, I don't think I think he's neither good nor evil.
I don't know, I still think it was kind of evil. Just... Yeah, intrinsically, surely there would have been other ways to go about it. And plus, they just sort of play him off as like the sociopath.
But the thing is that the argument that he put up, which is a good point, they needed an ongoing threat. They needed a threat that would go forever, so that they would be forever with the threat of Dr. Manhattan attacking them again.
Yeah, exactly.
Because otherwise they'd just go back to their evil ways. Yeah,
because he's thinking about it in long term. So personally, I think Ozymandias probably did the thing in that scene, because I think he was looking at it way in the long term. And
I think he did
ultimately he did like
the right thing, but he's not good. He's not good or evil.
Yeah.
But he did do the right thing, long term, in humanity's point of view.
And they actually did flesh him out a bit more in the end. In the book, he's like, it's all a little different near the end there. But basically, Dr. Manhattan, right before Dr. Manhattan teleports away to some other country and like some other planet and just leaves Earth forever, he's talking to Ozymandias, and then he's saying like, Ozymandias is like, well, what do you think? Do you think I did the right thing? And then he's like, do you think it all worked out in the end? And then Dr. Manhattan turns around and goes, nothing ends. Nothing ever ends. And then whoosh, disappears, which is like one of my favorite quotes. And I'm sad that that wasn't in the movie. Anyway, I guess we have nothing really else to say.
Dr. Manhattan didn't say it. I'm pretty sure it was in the movie at some point.
I remember hearing something like that towards the end.
Not Dr. Manhattan, though. I believe it was someone else, like Night Owl or something.
I don't know. I didn't even watch the movie for this one because I've seen it so many times.
Well, you should have.
Whatever. I watched the motion comic instead. What did you guys think of the Black Freighter?
Black Freighter?
That was weird.
Interesting.
I thought that was cool. It's really cool what they did with it.
That out, and it wouldn't have made a difference.
Yeah, I mean they did. That's the director's cut. That's what
it's like half an hour added to the film.
Yeah. Personally, I think it's really cool. I think it adds a lot to, like, I don't even know why, but it's significant, like, somehow, even though I don't really understand completely. But it has one of my other favorite quotes in it, which is right at the end of the Black Freighter bit. When he comes back, they drag him back onto the ship with the skeletons, and he goes, "I was a horror, and among horrors must I dwell." And I thought that was really cool. Really cool little quote to end that off.
It felt like it was sort of trying to parallel what was happening in the story somehow, but
yeah, that was.
I don't know what. I don't know anything about this film.
I know. It's like one of the films
I don't know anything about it.
Just have to think about it for a while. Yarr. Speaking of pirates, yarr yarr fiddle-dee-dee. Amongst horrors must I dwell. I thought it was a cool story, nonetheless. I don't know what else to say. I guess that's pretty unanimous. We don't really have anything else to add to that.
This is really uneventful for you guys chilling.
Yeah, it's terrible. Let's just end it now. All right, so have fun doing whatever you want. Okay, so final things. Well, let's see. Let's see if I got my notes. Okay, so final notes. I thought it was great. I think the book is excellent. The book is very epic. I don't use the word masterpiece lightly, but I would use that when describing the novel. And I thought the movie was good, really good. So, Josh, what did you think?
Okay.
Final thoughts.
I rather liked it, and not from a viewer's point of view, rather than a weird ass person who thinks they know a bit about cinema like you are. Bloody cinema snob. But anyway,
what?
I thought it was great.
Whatever. I didn't even use the word cinematography once.
You just did that.
Yeah, in
Not in
context.
context.
Whatever. I could get snobby about it. In fact, I really like the way that Zack Snyder decided to only use one camera so that he could get the one camera instead of using a two-camera setup, so that every shot was meticulously lit.
Lighted. He also used the comic as the storyboard.
Yeah. In fact, he used some of it. I see. Apparently, he draws his own storyboards, so he drew a lot of stuff. Draws a lot of stuff. Yeah, I love him or hate him, he does put a lot of effort into the visuals. So in this case, I think it did the movie good. Anyway, Robert.
Yep, me. I don't know what I think about this movie, but I would recommend it to anyone. I think everyone should watch this for some reason. I think it's an interesting movie, and everyone should form their own opinions on what it represents and what it means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many motifs and themes running through the movie, and the book. You just have to really sink your teeth into it to understand it all. And I guess what the point of the movie is mainly just if I had to theme the main theme, I would say humanity very small, and nostalgia is very overpowering to us anyway. Because it's all about.
I don't know.
Yeah, because it's the whole big thing of the Watchmen is the Minutemen, and they were the golden years, and everyone's talking about how, they were the golden years of superheroes. God, it's so interesting. So I don't care. Read the book, watch the movie. They're both, in my opinion, they both give off the same sort of ideas. Alan Moore would strongly disagree. He's very against people making movies of his work, but sorry, Alan. Yeah, he hates that. He hates it. He hasn't even seen it, and he hates it.
This is one of my favorite films.
Yeah, well, I can understand where he's coming from. He seems like a really intelligent dude, and I'd recommend watching interviews with him, because he seems like a really cool guy. He worships his own religion called and mainly is not fully crazy serious, but he has this snake statue that he called Glycon that he worships. What? And it's so awesome. He's really cool. But yeah, really cool dude, really cool novel. Whatever, let's finish it off. Next week, we're talking about a film called Man of Steel. Who directed that? Wait, was that Zack Snyder as well? Yeah, it totally was. Huh. Didn't even realize.
Let's make this a Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder film.
Wow.
Yeah, we can just skip one of the weeks and just put up the Dawn of the Dead review again.
Yeah. All right.
No one watches it. No one's going to notice.
Well, that was when we were young and inexperienced.
Exactly. So watch Man of Steel, and come back to us. And next week we're going to talk about it. Probably one of us is going to hate it. One of us is going to love it. Who knows? That's the exciting thing about Three Guys Chillin'. You never know what's going to happen next. So you have to tune in. It's like Game of Thrones. You never know who's going to die next. Who's it going to be? Is Robert going to get beheaded? Who knows? What? Maybe.
Getting beheaded?
Don't tell him.
This isn't in my contract.
No, but we have to we have to do Breaking Bad and foreshadow it 2 seasons earlier.
Yeah. Exactly. I should have a Superman model in the background in the first episode. And it's very subtle. Yeah. And all the clothes we wear are representative of the feelings we have as characters.
That's so pretentious.
That's what Breaking Bad did. It was awesome. Don't be hating on no Breaking Bad visual thematic themes.
Robert hasn't watched it though, so.
No, you're not supposed to say that on the internet. Now they will know.
Robert, say that you really love Breaking Bad and you really liked Gus's character. Say that quick.
No, I don't trust that.
No. I don't trust that at all. Gus was awesome. I wasn't actually misleading you there. Say you really liked Jane. She was your favorite character.
Skylar. Say that you really like Skylar.
No, I've never seen it. There, I said it.
That's good. Standing up for who you are. I'm glad you came out of the closet. That would have taken a lot of courage, Robert, and I appreciate it.
The Breaking Bad closet.
Yeah, exactly.
Breaking closet.
Yep. Well, my name is Dominicus Chryssatus, king of the gladiators and defender of the realm.
Also,
What's your
possibly
name?
a raging homosexual.
Well, anyway, let's all say our names. I'm Dominic.
I'm
I'm
Josh.
Robert.
Well, that was piss poor. Oh well, let's finish it off there.
All right.
Another
Classic
top-notch
ending.
end to it. Endings, classic.
I've been dragging this ending on